6 years ago, I stopped going to church, and part of the reason why I stopped is because I feel like the church and the churches in Kenya do not provide the, the spiritual nourishment that I really require as a person. They're not feeding my soul. Don't get me wrong. There is this Bible verse that says, "For where two or more gather in my name, I am there among them." That is Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. This is Jesus saying. And one thing you realize that you don't even have to go to church as a family. You, your children, your wife, you are gathered there in the name of God and Jesus. You don't need a pastor. You don't need to go there listening to bullshit nonsense. People telling you that you need to contribute money so that you can become rich, because this is how people really make you feel poor, reminding you of your hardship, reminding you of your bad things, the bad things happening in your life, and that way they are able to capitalize on that and make you contribute money. Unapanda mbegu, and by the end of the day, what happens? You end up going home poor. These people having made millions. There is a famous saying that goes by, when a congregant or a church member wants to buy a vehicle, the pastor says, "Let us pray." But when the pastor wants to buy a vehicle, what does he say? He says, "Let us contribute." Wacha tuchange tununue gari ya pastor. Don't tell you to pray for it. They make you contribute to that. One of the reasons why people go to church is they go there for spiritual and moral guidance, which never happens. The other one is to seek comfort and solace. People go there when they are feeling grief or in a crisis, or they are facing hard times, so they go to church. The other one is that churches, especially Catholic, provide education opportunities, sponsorship, and all that. We also realize that most churches have healthcare services, and this is why some people go to churches, because they feel like they'll provide this clinical counseling and support they need. Also in Christmas celebration, most people go to church. These cultural festivals, people feel like they want to be in church and do those things. Also community and social connection. People have found their partners, they have found their chamas, they have found their guidance through these communities and social connection through the church. Those are some of the benefits that the church provides. But far from that, the church is accused of so many things. We have like some of the top richest churches in Kenya. One of them being Sitam, Christ is the Answer Ministries. Another one, Nairobi Chapel, All Saints Cathedral Church of Kenya, Mavuno Church, Nairobi Baptist Church, Jubilee Christian Church, and many other. That is JCC. Winners Chapel, Jesus is Alive Ministry, Nairobi Pentecostal, Faith Evangelistic Ministry, and others. So these are churches that have a lot of money. And this money that has been gotten from followers, not and also doing businesses as the church. Last year, or even this year, early this year, it was recorded at the Shakahola Forest. 429 bodies were recovered, and part of these, we have 72 injuries, which were not fatal. This is in Shakahola Forest, whereby the main suspect is Pastor Thenge Mackenzie. The word Thenge there should have been a red flag to most of these followers. So the total number of suspects is 36. For all these mass death of these innocent people, including children. So you've also made these people very, very rich. You go and you find the list of rich pastors. Prophet David Aworo, Bishop Alan and Reverend Kiuna, Reverend Siao Irimo, Bishop Mark Wajiru, Pastor Thomas Wahom, and the rest, Kanyaris and Joroges. These are very, very rich people who have benefited from churches and from your contribution. But back to the main discussion, why do you really go to church? Do you go to church and do you feel that the church really benefits you or really satisfy your needs as a person? Because for me, I don't think the church really helps me grow spiritually. All in all, guys, I'm not saying you don't go to church. There's so many ways you can benefit from the church, but be watchful. These people are conners, they are conmen in some of these churches. They don't mean well for anybody. Like this Thenge Mackenzie guy, telling people to fast so that they can meet Jesus. He really didn't have any good intention for his members, because if you really want to meet Jesus and you really want us to meet Jesus, what do? You lead by example. You fast yourself to death, then we are going to follow. So be watchful, guys. And nevertheless, if you still feel that the churches in Kenya provide your spiritual needs, keep going. But for those who are not really convinced, they really need some extra strength to convince us. So guys, subscribe to this channel and see you later.